Good evening, folks. It's 2008 on the 13th day, 4th month, 2023. And a storm is coming ashore, and I couldn't have nailed the landfall any more accurately than I did. I'm going to flip over here to the rain and satellite images and go to the weather satellite here and give you a little bit of the infrared action here coming in as it came ashore. So I loaded up to 6-hour feed here just so you can have an idea of what occurred as this came ashore. And I'll tell you, it couldn't have been more accurate. You know, that's doing it. I'm actually kind of even impressed myself on this one. Just shows me I'm kind of understanding more about how the EMF is going to guide things in. I told you, she's coming right over the mouth of that river, to that side. It was the last time you saw the eye of that storm. Yep. Now I'm jumping backwards in time. That was almost at 4:20. Like, that's 4:20 at that point here in the afternoon, my time. Well, it was 4:20 for me. It was not very happy times for them. That is a fucking dangerous storm. They're very dangerous, very dangerous. Hey, the winds they experienced right now, even on this storm, is going to again take it more down to the surface level now. Because that's what's really affected you most. And it's below hurricane strength finally. But if I look at the 10,000 foot level, let's go have a quick peek. All right, 3,000 meters. You are well in the category 2 range still, as this is over land. Because remember, you got to take 10% off that when you're looking at the 10,000 feet, right, for friction against the ground and other forces. And on this side of the storm, the forward motion gets added to it, which will nearly take the 10% off again. So we had to track 10 miles an hour, be 99 mile an hour storm. You're still even right now, right on the edge of a category 3 tropical cyclone, as it's over land now and still well defined. Its wind field as it's come in. The Chembombs, the stuff fueling it still, is nothing short of a crime scene to keep fueling a storm. And it has its deadly winds, or to keep the dynamics going. And right now, these winds are at the 10,000 foot level, as would be measured by hurricane hunters and other things that track such storms. If I take it back down to ground level, you'll see different winds. But as we started to head toward these lakes, you're going to see the winds start to calm down. They have to. There's no way they could keep sustaining that without beaming and beaming and beaming. But what you're seeing down at the surface is this. But you got to remember, is in these storms, and I'll flip it around, let you see me here for a moment. How the heck do you do that? I think I double tap. All right. Is you'll get a lot of winds. And the upper level can channel down very quickly. So you run 100 miles an hour on the top, it could very well get down to the bottom very quickly as geoengineers move various layers and manipulate this storm, or a bomb shocks the top of a deck. You can cause quite some downflows. Unfortunately, I don't have much camera action out there, actually any at all, for showing stuff like that. So let me flip it back around now. From time to time, I will have to show hand gestures of descriptions. But even that right there, you don't want to be caught out in that. That is deadly wind, right? And so the rains now, as we go inland. Well, I guess I'll just continue with the wind field for now. I'm going to have to cover this several ways. It's starting to take a bit of a drift towards the north. It'll have to, because it looks like Alice is going to make a corridor over here from heated air. And it's going to split this up. You could kind of already see the dynamics setting up from the winds that they're planning on doing here on Friday. It'll be Saturday morning your time. And most of the direction of this storm looks to be headed towards northern Queensland, but not in the same type of organized form that you've seen it. Wow, that was interesting. That you've seen it I don't know exactly what just happened there. That's the wrong screen, I think. There we go. I got a lot of stuff open. Here, I'll tell you what I'll do. Boom, I'll just turn that screen on. Right, winds up the coast is not going to be very pleasant today. But for the surfers, I don't think I could ask for a finer day for them. Right, a little bit of sunshine, A little bit of surf, a lot of surf and a lot of sunshine, it's getting even better. So I'm going to go with the weather plan for a few moments and just run this sucker right on through for what they say is going to be happening. As she came ashore. Here she comes, a nightmare planned for every street. This could be my street. This could be yours. And you never know what's in the sights. And to see a storm of such devastation maintain such strength when it's not even over the tropical waters anymore is clearly indicative of conditions being recreated of a tropical nature over the middle of the desert. Yeah, you got to recreate an ocean under it. Well, there's some very soggy soils under there deep down, and they won't be quite as soggy on these areas here as this moisture gets pulled up to feed this storm. Pressure drops will pull moisture. It's a vacuum type condition. Not every vacuum is sucking in a way you would consider. If the pressure is lower than another, like let's say here, you look at this map, right? And you got a 1036 here, and you got a 1002 here. Technically, this is pulling a vacuum on that. It's going towards it. It's anything below a 10.13 point blah blah or 1014 is considered vacuum in this type situation. But for the definition of vacuum, it is vacuuming towards it. A high flows towards low. Right, and we got quite a situation with a really wide bubble up between these two that's going to allow this to come across, and it's going to allow this to do the creeping down. And you got to watch out for that old creeper, man. The creeping there. Don't tread on me. Yeah, I'm just going to show you it all at once. And hey, New Zealand, watch what's coming. Here she comes. Happy Monday for New Zealand. And they get scared of it even happening. They got such good weather modification. What'd you guys make a deal to send that storm the other way? Have you ever seen one come all the way down? I'm going to visit New Zealand, and it gets there. It was almost like its visa got declined. And it went away. Right? It was coming. Boy, that's going to be one hell of a geoengineering move. So I'll be very interested in what beaming occurs here around to do that move, they're going to have to do it about here. So burnt pine, and I say that Blenheim will have to be involved in that beaming. And maybe Auckland radar will be offline for some kind of a excuse, a reason. Sudden repair when it's needed most, usually. How many radars went offline before the storm came ashore so you couldn't see the go? Look how fast this raced thousands of miles across the country. 2 days, hi, I'm gone. And out of here. It's very, very fast moving storm. That is a deadly line. If you're in the path of any of the supercells that spin off of this, take cover. You know it's going to get bad. And you're in the path of tornadoes here as this is spinning off now. The dissolution and destruction of this eye is quite evident going on here in the mimic feed here. They hit it at the end. Whammo, right there. It came right from here. Hello, X-Smith. Guilty! Yeah, I'd like to see some of the other little radars from here also are going to be playing a role in it. Hit it right in the eye and destroyed it. Right about now. Boom. Timestamps right there. Bzz, getting fried by the man with the weather plan. You see the straight line coming up through here? Boy, that guy did it right in. Right on in. Boom, and it turned off. We got here guidance. What kind of guidance we got going? Yeah, I'm going to take a quick peek, of course. Right there. Dissolution line. It hits that, rides the top, cuts the moisture right along the center. Is going to send it into Queensland. I know where it's going to go now. All right, let's have a look at that. Oh my God, would you look at the gulp? This is supposed to be a natural storm, just yet it drifting along, camping a bomb, side by side. Yes, this sky brought to you by Pud Light. If you feel like being delighted with your Pud. Fancy a Zima? Oof, marble bar. You were about to cap it, but you better be glad this thing went to the north of you, because I'll tell you, if you in Tulsa right now, batten down the hatches, you're going to get one of the worst brunts of the town storms that any of the towns have seen yet, other than maybe Walla, as this path of the terribleness are coming on this side here. This is the worst winds, this is the worst rains, this is the worst part where the tornadic conditions will probably occur along the line a little bit more to the north of that. And on the flip side here, as it drags along, it spits tendrils of electricity off the back, which will manifest to your eyes as clouds and tornadoes. This is a bad situation developing for you guys. And that town right there I just showed you on here is about to happen. I can see it straight up. And this is the image from, let's see, when did it step? Let's have a look at the bomb. They loved you, so they did it. They did it, and they did it so well. Hey, Port Hedland, you got lucky. That thing could come a little further this way. You'd have been in that eye. Time price didn't pay the price this time, but Telfer's about to. You guys are about to cap it bad. Sorry to be the harbinger of that, but I'm just calling it like the Chembomb show it. Over here at the meat of the cat, you get a big old streamers of death over the top of you with the sickness mix falling out, making your day a little more malazy, you know? Lazy days and malazy days. One has a deep blue sky, and the other one has all this crap falling out on you. And I'm tired of the malazy days. Chembomb sickness mix is coming your way. Lazy days. It's so hazy outside. Global glaring, so glary. And if you have to wear sunglasses all the time, your body's not going to produce vitamin D correctly. Your eyeballs kind of have something to do with that. Educate yourself. You know, I'm not a doctor, but I have the same degree as Bill Gates. And well, if the people with degrees can't even forecast a storm like this 10 days in advance, I think that degrees must be a little bit of mechanic there. Or kung fu-y. How many degrees? Hi, I'm a 10 degree. Hi. Well, you know what? You don't have to be a genius like Forrest Gump to realize that something is wrong, man. That people are lying. They don't care about your education, but I hear a lot of noise from upstairs. Boom, 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 went the plumes over here in Papunya and over Papunya, eh? Hey, Punyata. Look at the big chemtrail over the Royce River. Your Chembomb here, Chembomb there, here a bomb, near a bomb, everywhere a bomb, bomb. Oh, Chembomb, I had some money. Eat their Chembomb, bomb, bomb. Bomb, 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 bomb. How many directions of the wind you got blowing over here to your Wulon of the Guru? Please don't ask it to suck anybody's tongue, because that would be a very disgusting thing to do. I have lost faith in it. Must have been drinking Buddhist light beer or something. I don't know. But Euclid, how you doing over there? Did you enjoy your Chembomb morning? Hey, look at this big old full skylashes over here near, what the hell, how am I going to pronounce that one? Ooh, I'm going to give it a try. Nolarbar. It's a null to the trees, to the arbor. Okay, well, this kind of stuff I think will do null to the arbor. I ain't going to give it no sunlight, so photosynthesization will be encouraged by man-made activity. You know, it's not like that's happening. No, this is quite the antithesis of encouraging of a photosynthesis. You know, photosynthesization is definitely reduced by Chembomination of Chemstrea today as the bombs come your way. You guys about to lose some houses in the path of this. It's absolutely disgusting me. Look at the crap you're off to see. Take a left, take a right. Let your brain drip into your pillow if you think this is natural clouds. Because it's not. The conditions have been these from man. It's not cloud seeding either. You have to have a cloud to seed. Creating the clouds is geoengineering. Geo, earth-based systems. Engineering, doing stuff by a plan of an architect. Or engineering, the the process of scientifically making and maneuvering physical systems. Yeah, to actually do the stuff the physics says, you will be an engineer. Engineer, choo-choo, Charlie was an engineer. He chem-bombed here and then he chem-bombed there. He chem-bombed Adelaide and chem-bombed Melbourne. And then I looked up the coast and the reef was Smallburn. My God, look at the crap going over the Great Barrier Reef. Right here, look, it's going right over it now. Right over the can-cans. This is unacceptable in the Coral Sea. How long is the coral going to last with acid descending upon it? The dissensions of the acid heads. What a fucking shame. Look at the bomb here over here near Georgetown. It's a near perfect circle. Almost like that one that showed up in that golf game. Could it possibly be that picture everybody showed me? It could be one of these going after was captured by the news? I think so. It's chem bombs. I see them all the time. It's chem bombs. They're leaving the sky full of lines. It's chem bombs. As asked for by the Paris Agreement. It's chem bombs. And spraying it is treason. It fucking is. So let's have a little look over at my Wanoa over here and see that there, oh my God, my Wanoa, your sky looks like Manoa. Hey, let's see if I can get you kind of in the center. Well, if I do that, then you're going to be going off the screen again and nitpicking everything in the background. Hey, what's up with that anyhow? You're nitpicking everything in the background. I'm letting that load. I just don't want you guys seeing all the flashing lights. You can actually watch me sip a drink again. Because, man, this Chembomb shit has been horrible. There's so much we got to change in this world. But the only thing we can really change is ourselves. So keep yourself healthy. Drink good water. Get your electrical system in your body good. Let's look what happens when the electrical system of the earth is off. No, I'm not turning this into a sales pitch. I'm just conversating. The electrical system in the sky over the trees has to be terrible. Are they growing correctly? What was the matrix of electricity like in the atmosphere before? What did seawater's electric measure at before in life? I'm very curious because I don't believe what's told to me. I have to see it myself. So I wonder how we'll ever know. All I know is it's not a deep blue sky anymore. I think I got an image enough to show you now. It's just not. It should be. You see this back here, this color? This is the color the sky should be. It shouldn't be that haze-style stuff. Really, it's come that far. There's that much stuff floating around the upper atmosphere, various layers. The sun's just not getting through. It's not. When you take a flight nowadays, and when you gaze at the sun, it's not urge. You'll notice the shadows of the plane underneath you almost all the time. Well, that was a rare thing. And the halo shadow of the circle under you, the looks like a Chembomb or a rainbow circular under the plane. You see that a lot more now than I used to see. It was a rare thing. Now, seeing that kind of a picture is not unusual because there's just so much of a screen underneath the plane, if you will. That's like a projector that's just blocking the shadow gains and lensing effects. So you flip the plane to different directions every time. It's like a lens that goes through left, right, or flipping over optical effects. Hey, yay, I got New Zealand in here. Hey, now that ramble is done, let me show you here what's happening on New Zealand today. New Zealand is not looking very happy for you over here. And when I'm seeing all these Chembomb streaming across the center of your country here, right over here through Auckland, the Piha Beach area here, this one just raced across. Let me do the depositings here. Now go back here. Let's say, juke to the beginning. Now look at this huge deployment here. Right over your capital. Well, your capital's down here, right over one of your biggest city, isn't it? It's a big fishbowl, Auckland over here. You can see this right out to sea. That's not a naturally occurring cloud formation. If any country deserves a sunny day, it's this one right here. After this, oh my God, Dave. Poor folks have been geoengineered nearly to death. Right, the whole country is have to just squeeze itself out like a sponge. Between the earthquakes and that can be induced with the EMF beams that come from places like one Blenheim here or the Tiger Station here, which I showed along the way. And I'd go in a court of law down there and point out why I say what I do. You can't deny it. I was right. You could tell me Tiger didn't name that way, but I showed you it can, and it did. I even showed you how it affected the troposphere, because you was wrong. whoever that scientist was, and then he dropped the subject. Darn right. I know my topic. I know it's fucking blindfolded, right? Because the whole world is freaking blindfolded, and somebody had to see it. And I try not to look all the time when I see these bombs going off over here off the Westlands. Oh, down here in the Fjordlands, we got penguins and all sorts of beautiful wildlife and glaciers. They ain't melted. They don't hear nothing. You know, it isn't as dramatic. Glaciers melt and refreeze all the time. It's the cycles of the earth. Where would New York City be if it wasn't for glaciers melting? It'd be under the ice. So, you know, we weren't even there doing that. So don't let them blame you for a bunch of shit you didn't do. Instead of doing it for the future, do something for today for things out there. All right? Because the future never comes. It's just a promise unspoken. All you have is now. The past is a memory. Tomorrow is a dream. And right now is all you have. Right? What are you going to do with your right now is all you can decide. And right now, I got to show you, you guys got sprayed like bugs and chembombed alcohol. It's falling out on you. It's getting in your fish, your water, your wildlife, and your gardens. And it's very unhealthy. And it's very unhealthy that day after day have to worry about a storm coming ashore, being made by man, and you're not even warned about it properly. So let's see. I had taken you all the way to near to here to Tuesday. So, and she's gone. Just that quick. You guys are going to be inundated, and then it exited goes the storm, and then your fire risk season begins in a few of your spots, because that's going to dry a lot of land out along the way. You have some wetnesses here. I'm so glad to see a bit of a break coming on for parts of Australia that have definitely needed it. Hey, some people's asses, I ain't so happy to see a break happen to ever, but you know how that goes. You know, when you look for the Higgs boson, you steal forecasts and then put it on your pages and you make click money off the commercials, I ain't too happy about it. Right? So, stop it. See that there coming in on the end of the, right there on the 20th on eclipse day. Right, the day of the eclipse is still looking really, really nice. But you're still right on the volatility up to the 18s here, so we got to watch you close. But Aggie, you're looking good for the eclipse. Really looking good for the nice weather. The path's going to be through here. So you're not going to think you're going to want to go to Indonesia to watch it. It's going to come right over these islands. And parts of Papua right here. But one of the best spots in the world to see the eclipse that's coming on the 20th. And it's not going to surprise me if you get a good 3.5 minutes of totality out here. Yeah, it's going to be maybe one of those once-in-a-lifetimes for some people to see, and I encourage you to go look at the marvels of nature, right? Right. Let's look at some of the totals that are not so terrible. I'd like to say that for a change. These are quite terrible, the totals that are coming over. You look about 20 centimeters through this path. Reducing down to about 15 in the middle of this swath, 10 to 8 centimeters along this swath going along. The chembombs are going to decide it all. You're going to take the time to watch the path of the swaths, and you'll know where it's going. She's going to run right down that line there. She's going to curl right along it. Hey, this is food. This has just ruined your day, gave you a bunch of fallout, took your sunshine away. If we all paid a bunch of money, we could maybe buy a weather event and not have any chem on eclipse day. Or maybe we change the laws and selling the weather should be as against the law as selling the water of the land. Or selling the land itself that our great mother gave to us to have as a birthright. Not to have as a debauchery, just to trash for everything else, but to share with the rest of all of nature. As I do love my world. So I hope that it kind of helps you a bit. And I can go to a little bit of your weather radars and let you see a little bit more of the action of this storm it's coming to impact you. Impact you, chembombs, food. Yeah, that eye of that storm is still quite well pronounced, and boy, is that going to kick some tornadoes. It's packing a punch. And she's just a wobbling along. It'll look like almost like the Sanchez mustache there for a minute. I'm going to go back with that. It had a very little mustache look, and I'm going to enjoy it right there. Mamma mia, the chembombs tonight along the river. Oh my God, you poor fucking folks. You're getting bombed all the shit. In the formations of that, suddenly getting all colder. It happened about 13 minutes ago. Look at the geometric formation of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we could just pick that up. Just pick it up. Just pick it up. It's hard to pick it up when it's all whited out. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, nothing definitive. It's not enough of a focus. Stop. Now my time's not matching. I'm an hour off. Got a lot of chembombs going here south of Fitzroy Crescent for sure. Boom, 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 boom. Chembomb fall out. Boom, boom, hatchoo, boom, 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 hatchoo, boom. Chembomb, boom, 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 choo, boom, boom, hatchoo, plumes. I couldn't fucking resist. So right there it is, man. That's what it's going to be. That's what happened. I'll come back on here and do a little bit of a Q&A. I hope you guys stay safe, okay? Big love. Peace.